And as I continue, you know it's getting sweeter. And as I continue, you know it's getting sweeter. And as I continue, you know it's getting sweeter.
Just happening to ask, what the fuck does the ICJ do? What the fuck do those motherfuckers do? Because the imaginary state is launching a full-scale invasion of the West Bank as we speak right now. The same West Bank that y'all at the ICJ said that the imaginary state was illegally occupying. What the fuck does the ICJ do? And like, let's be so fucking for real, because I didn't even talk about the DNC last week. You liberals are fascist as hell. Y'all are fascist as hell. Because right now, you know for a fact that the imaginary state is illegally occupying the West Bank. You know for a fact that they are not to be doing escalated military actions in the West Bank. But yet, y'all are all sitting back in fucking silence. Then you got people like this. You got people like this. Smiling, shucking, jiving, tapping for the empire. This is the face that this man made after he was listening to people read the names of martyrs that were literally murdered by the imaginary state, funded by U.S. tax dollars. And y'all are begging us to trust these institutions, to vote blue no matter who. After the ICJ said the imaginary state has to cease all military operations in the illegal occupied territories, here they are escalating their military engagement, and y'all are begging us to vote for Kamala, even though she said repeatedly that she supports Israel's right to defend itself, that she said that she does not support an arms embargo. Be serious. America is not a democracy. never has been a democracy, and all these institutions that have been built all around the world by the West are also here to serve the interests of the West, including the ICJ. Because unless there will be some type of real intervention to stop the actions of the imaginary state, y'all just talking shit.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the latest episode of Andre the Man Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton. And Andre the Man Show is exclusively on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on YouTube and Rumble. Hopefully, we'll coming soon to Rockfin. And also, I got a couple of shameless plugs for you. Subscribe to my podcast, Real Recognize Real Podcast. I'm available on all major podcasting platforms. And also, I know I haven't posted shit on this motherfucker yet, but follow the ATP Network on Twitter. The handle is at ATP Network 7. Again, the handle is at ATP Network 7. So yeah, guys, that was the fabulous, wonderful, intelligent, the best person in the world, Afeni. She always speaks truth to power. She should get a lot more traction on TikTok. That's her platform. Yeah, she said it. The ICJ is fucking useless, to be honest with you. They rulings are accurate. Like really, they really should add on. I will add on to the ruling is that the imaginary state should have no fucking business in Palestine in the first fucking place. But I mean, what can I say, right? It's been going on for almost 100 years now. Yes, almost 100 years. The occupation started, and motherfuckers would tell you, dumbass motherfuckers would tell you that the occupation started on October 7th. Like, that show you motherfuckers don't read a book. They just can't comprehend. They ain't got good reading comprehension skills. Oh, man. And like the CEO of the ATP Network said, the Democrats are wolf in sheep clothing. Like, yeah, they pretend like they, we kind of against, the Palestinian death, but behind their back, they, like that coon-ass nigga that Afeni showed. He's a coon-ass nigga! Yeah, I said it. Shucking and jiving and laughing over dead women and children. Like, motherfucker, what if that was your family, your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever? I bet your ass would be laughing then, motherfucker. Dumbass motherfucker. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'm not in a good mood today. Man, I can't stand these people, man. Drinking this White Claw. I know some of y'all are weed smokers, y'all against alcohol, but I don't smoke because my job drug tests, and yeah, I would love to smoke weed. I smoked it before. I like the way it made me feel. Actually, I have a story. My dad, when he was young, before he died, well, way before he died in 2020, God rest his soul, but Dad said he didn't like the way it made him feel, but, it made me feel mellow. It turns my bad moods into mellow, like I be neutral. I just soothe your way out of bullshit, Guys, I'm just going through stuff, man. Back in college, I got a story for y'all. Then I'm gonna get to cackling Camilla Harris. Back in college, I used to work with people on group projects and stuff. Like, we had to, electrical engineers, you had to build shit. Like, you build shit, and I'm always anxious because I always want a project to be right. I want it to be accurate as possible. So a lot of my people that know me now, that's how I am. I always, when I do something new, I always want it to be perfect. And I understand it's not going to be perfect. And also to understand people have obligations. So, if I offended anybody, I apologize. I shouldn't have to apologize. I mean, it's not you, it's me. Like, I apologize to myself. I'm the one that's anxious and expects shit to go right. Like, it's always a bumpy road to get to your goal. So, yeah, I'm done talking. I'm about to get to bitch ass cackling Camilla's interview. Okay, guys. Now this is part 1 of 3 of the Harris and WALZ interview. Yeah, Kamala Harris can't do an interview by herself because she just an incompetent motherfucker. It's just what it is. She's a token head. Like, shout out to Too Raw for TV. He said it best. He said, this woman ain't gonna be running shit when she get in the White House. Some of her staffers will. Yeah, they gonna run shit because this Kamala don't know what the fuck she doing. She remind me of one of my bosses back in the day. Like, he got hired because the guy that's over the whole entire operation is his fucking son-in-law. So yeah, like, that's what Harris is. She don't know what the fuck she doing. So I'm about to play this interview. This is part 1 of 3. Like, which is fucking crazy. Like, why you just couldn't put it in one fucking part, CNN? Why it's gotta be 3 parts? Boy.
Madam Vice President, Governor WALZ, thank you so much for sitting down with me and bringing the bus. The bus tour is well underway here in Georgia. You have less time to make your case to voters than any candidate in modern American history. The voters are really eager to hear what your plans are. If you are elected, what would you do on day 1 in the White House?
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you, first and foremost, one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at the
middle class. I'm so sick of these. Barack Obama said this bullshit too. I'm so sick of these fools talking about the middle class. Like, there's no more middle class in America. There's no more middle class. Middle class haven't been existent since the 80s when wages went stagnant. So that shows you that these motherfuckers are so out of touch. A person that makes $40,000-$50,000 is not middle class. They're working class. Hell, shout out to JB. I think JB said if you make under $60-some thousand, you're working class. So there's no middle class. It's the wealthy elite, or you just on the bottom. That's what it is. Holy shit.
Aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people. I think that people are ready for a new way forward. The aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people. I think that people are ready for a new way forward. In a way that generations of Americans have been fueled by hope and by optimism. I think, sadly, in the last decade, we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans, really dividing our nation, and I think people are ready to turn the page on that.
So what would you do day 1?
Day 1, it's going to be about
Word salad. This motherfucker right here, man. Word salad. Like, she didn't ask for all that extracurricular bullshit, motherfucker. She asked, what would you do day 1? See, the other presidents, I'm speaking here. This motherfucker, man.
about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard.
This motherfucker right here ain't even got no fucking policies on her website. You ain't lay out shit. What are you talking about? What? You just laid out something out of your fucking head? You ain't got that on your website. What the fucking fuck? Oh, God.
Which include what we're going to do to bring down the cost of everyday goods, what we're going to do to invest in America's small businesses, what we're going to do to invest in families, for example, extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a car seat, to help them buy baby clothes, a crib. There's the work that we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable housing, a big issue in our country right now. So there are a number of things on day one.
What about you?
So wait a minute. I thought first you said about lowering prices that you gonna pass a bill. You gonna want to get a bill passed about price gouging. Then all of a sudden you change your rhetoric. That's why I heard. I haven't been doing my research. I just haven't been in a great mood to do anything like that. And you know, this shit is just a bunch of empty motherfucking promises. If you a voter and you believe this bullshit, man, I just don't know what to tell you, man. You lost. Especially your black voter. First of all, she's not a black American. Sorry to spoil that for y'all. I know some of y'all don't get mad. I don't give a fuck. And second of all, Democrats do this shit time and time again. We gonna pass. We gonna get single payer healthcare passed. We gonna get a $15 minimum wage. It's just or $2,000 stimulus checks. When you get Romney Care, you get still $725 an hour in the Senate parliamentarian, or you just or you get a $1,400 check because technically we gave you $600. So that's the shit you motherfucking get, people. That's why I always tell black people, stop voting for these fucking Democrats, bro. Don't vote for Republicans either. I had to say that.
Well, I'm excited about this agenda, too. As I said, the idea of inspiring America to what can be. And I think many of these things that the vice president's proposing are things that we share in values. And the child tax credit is one we know that reduces childhood poverty by a third. We did it in Minnesota to have a federal partner in this. Unbelievable, I think, in the impact that we can make.
You talked about, you call it the opportunity economy. You are well aware that right now.
Yeah. Opportunity for the fucking wealthy elite and the corporations. Yeah. The economy is great for them, but for us, the economy is dog shit because you go to the grocery store, you can't afford shit.
Many Americans are struggling. There's a crisis of affordability. Yeah. One of your campaign themes is we're not going back. But I wonder what you say to voters who do want to go back when it comes to the economy specifically, because their groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Well, let's start with the fact that when Joe Biden and I came in office, during the height of a pandemic, we saw over 10 million jobs were lost. People, literally, we were all tracking the numbers. Hundreds of people a day were dying because of COVID. The economy had crashed. In large part, all of that because of mismanagement by Donald Trump of that crisis. When we came in, our highest priority was to do what we could to rescue America. And today, we know that we have inflation at under 3%. A lot of our policies have led to the reality that America recovered faster than any wealthy nation around the world. But you are right. Prices, in particular for groceries, are still too high. The American people know it, I know it. Which is why my agenda includes what we need to do to bring down the price of groceries. For example, dealing with an issue like price gouging. What we need to do to extend the child tax credit to help young families be able to take care of their children in their most...
Oh, man, I know how this interview gonna go. Word salad bullshit, and then Tim Walsh cleans it up. That's basically how it is. The bitch can't even answer a simple question. She just give you around. Well, Trump, when the pandemic started, we tracked the numbers. People, tens of millions of people lost their jobs, and she just ring around the fucking rosy. Oh my God. 3 parts of this shit. Oh Lord, but I'm doing this for you guys, man. I'm already not in a good mood. and watching this, man. If you don't like profanity in this stream, it's not for you. I'm going to use a lot of it tonight, today, whatever.
Formative years. What we need to do to bring down the cost of housing. My proposal includes what would be a tax credit of $25,000 for first-time home buyers, so they can just have enough to put a down payment on a home, which is part of the American dream and their aspiration, but do it in a way that allows them.
Wait, did she? I heard this on the podcast too this morning. She changed that? Like, see how she flip flop? See, like her policy proposals. She have one side, then the other side is, technically is not like that. She do what my coworker be doing, the tape, just the hand spinning motion. Technically it's not how it's supposed to be. $25,000 tax credit. Hell, if you make if you have $25,000, you don't need a tax credit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Them to actually get on the path to achieving that goal and that dream.
So you have been vice president for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
The steps that you're talking about now, why haven't you done them already?
Well, first of all, we had to recover as an economy, and we have done that.
Because they donors told them not to, Dana Bash. The donors said, don't do that. No, don't do that. No.
And I'm very proud of the work that we have done that has brought inflation down to less than 3%. The work that we have done to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. Donald Trump said he was going to do a number of things, including allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices. Never happened. We did it. So now, as I travel in the state of Georgia and around our country, the number of seniors that have benefited, I was in Nevada recently, a grandmother who showed me her receipts. And before we capped the cost of insulin for seniors at $35 a month, she was paying hundreds of dollars, up to thousands of dollars a month for her insulin. She's not doing that anymore.
You maintain Bidenomics is a success.
I maintain that when we do the work of bringing down...
Oh, man. How I'm going to say this? Bidenomics is not a success. The CEO of the ATP network always, she used to tweet. She don't do it no more, because people move on for shit. Bidenomics. Remember when Biden brought that up? Bidenomics. That was they about to run with his campaign before he dropped out. It turned out that was a failure. Bidenomics is a ultimate failure. People's lives are even worse now than they was before. And why are people acting like capping insulin to $35 when I forgot that guy's name. I think his name Charles. He patented the insulin for only $1 and insulin is quadruple that by 1,000%. Like, I hate people. I hate these people, man. I hate these people. That's why Rome is right. Rome is right. That's why we need to have a revolution, man. I gotta watch what I say, but
prescription medication for the American people, including capping the cost of the annual cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000. When we do what we did in the first year of being in office to extend the child tax credit so that we cut child poverty in America by over 50%, when we do what we have done to invest in the American people and bringing manufacturing back to the United States so that we created over 800,000 new manufacturing jobs, bringing business back to America, what we have done to improve the supply chain so we're not relying on foreign governments to supply American families with their basic needs, I'll say that that's good work. There's more to do, but that's good work.
I want to get some clarity on where you stand on some key policy issues. Energy is a big one. When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, "There is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
Yeah, the Democrats, all the people said Democrats are for climate change. People literally say this bullshit, and I just look at them and just say shit in my head like I can't. No, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, you dumbass motherfucker. This bitch right here saying that she supports fracking. Oh God. And fracking is contributing to these extreme temperatures in the United States and around the world. These extreme cold events too. Places in Mississippi and Arkansas seen record amounts of snow. Tennessee too, seen record amounts of snow. 6 and 8 inches, like all because of climate change, you know. But Democrats are for climate change, and this word salad motherfucker right here on my screen, I would not ban fracking. I wonder why. I need to do an open secrets on Kamala Harris, man. See what the fuck. Just to validate myself.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I mean.
It changed because her donor said so, Dana Bash. Dana Bash know this shit, but you know, she the moderator, you know. Oh, man. Like, these moderators can't push back. And anyway, fuck her, Dana Bash. She'll sign this anyway. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, this the same bitch that said, I'm for Medicare for all. And then all of a sudden she said, but I'm not for abolishing private insurance companies. And then she went from that to saying, I took Medicare, a former Harris official said, she's taking Medicare for all off the campaign agenda. So yeah, like, this bitch is just a flip-flopper.
Made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
What made you change that position at the time?
Well, let's be clear. My values have not changed. I believe it is very important that we...
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Man, them donors tell you to jump. You say, hi, Mr. Donor. Hi, Mr. Donor. I gotta jump high, you know. Oh, man, I hate these people. Oh, man, I hope I'll get this, man.
Take seriously what we must do to guard against what is a clear crisis in terms of the climate. And to do that, we can do what we have accomplished thus far. The Inflation Reduction Act, what we have done to invest, by my calculation, over probably $1 trillion over the next 10 years, investing in a clean energy economy. What we've already done, creating over 300,000 new clean energy jobs. That tells me, from my experience as vice president, we can do it without banning fracking.
Clean energy, but but I won't ban fracking. No. Because my donors told me not to ban fracking.
In fact, Dana, excuse me, I cast the tie-breaking vote that actually increased leases for fracking as vice president. So I'm very clear about where I stand.
And was there some policy or scientific data that you saw that you said, oh, okay, I get it now?
What I have seen is that we can grow and we can increase a thriving clean energy economy without banning fracking.
Okay. Part 1. Oh, I hate these people. Y'all know what, man? I hope I don't compromise the ATP network on YouTube, man, because it gets worse from here. It gets very worse from here.
The big one is immigration. As vice president, you were tasked with addressing the root causes of migration in southern countries and
northern part of Central America.
The northern part of Central America that affects the southern border of the U.S. During the Biden-Harris administration, there were record numbers of illegal border crossings. Why did the Biden-Harris administration wait 3.5 years to implement sweeping asylum restrictions?
Well, first of all, the root causes work that I did as vice president, that I was asked to do by the president, has actually resulted in a number of benefits, including historic investments by American businesses in that region. The number of immigrants coming from that region has actually reduced since we began that work. But I will say this, that Joe Biden and I and our administration worked with members of the United States Congress on an immigration issue that is very significant to the American people and to our security, which is the border. And through bipartisan work, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, a bill was crafted, which we supported, which I support. And Donald Trump got word of this bill that would have contributed to securing our border. And because he believes that it would not have helped him politically, he told his folks in Congress, don't put it forward. He killed the bill. A border security bill that would have put 1,500 more agents on the border. And let me tell you something, the Border Patrol endorsed the bill. And I'm sure in large part because they knew they were working around the clock, and 1,500 more agents would help them. That bill would have allowed us to increase seizures of fentanyl. Ask any community in America that has been devastated by fentanyl what passing that bill would have done to address their concern and a pain that they've experienced.
So you would push that legislation?
Whether Trump did that, but again, like, it just shows you that both Democrats and Republicans are the same, and motherfuckers like Cal Kalinske and Cenk Uygur and all them other motherfuckers on the quote-unquote boutique left, saying that, why people like me, for example, like the people that just dumb the duopoly, he talking about, Kyle, why you guys, you always talk about the Democrats, but you don't talk about Republicans? Because they, on one, they both the same, and number two, Democrats make empty promises. And obviously we're here. It just shows you that the reason why, well, first of all, this border quote-unquote crisis wouldn't be happening if the United States stayed the fuck out of Central America and South America too. And second of all, hell, it just shows you both, Harris and Trump had the same border policy agenda. So, yeah, man, shit's just crazy, bro.
Legislation again. I just want to
Not
ask
only
about.
push it, I will make sure that it comes to my desk and I would sign it.
Just one other question about something that you said in 2019 when you first ran. There was a debate. You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally, and there should be consequence. And let's be clear, in this race, I'm the only person who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs.
Yeah, and also you criminalize parents who, because the child didn't miss school, not on their own recognizance. Yeah. Yeah, you did a lot of criminalization. Oh yeah, hiding evidence too, just for free labor in California. Like, let's not forget that. Yeah.
And human beings. I'm the only person in this race who actually served a border state as Attorney General to enforce our laws. And I would enforce our laws as president going forward. I recognize the problem.
Generally speaking, how should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward?
Dana, I think the most important.
Hold on. What's the point of having Tim Walz there for it? Most of the questions going to Kamala anyway. This is just a bunch of bullshit, bro. Like, it's bullshit on all sides. Like, it's bullshit on Kamala because she is incompetent, can't answer questions right. She had to get Tim Walz holding her hand while she doing it. Tim Walz saying, okay, Kamala, you keep calm. Don't do that word salad stuff now. Don't make a fool of yourself. And Dana Bash, all that shit prefab. I'm pretty sure those questions about CNN are prefabbed anyway. Like Kamala knew what those questions were anyway. Like nobody ain't stupid.
Important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act. We have set goals for the United States of America and by extension the globe around when we should meet certain standards for reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, as an example. That value has not changed. My value around what we need to do to secure our border, that value has not changed. I spent 2 terms as the Attorney General of California prosecuting transnational criminal organizations, violations of American laws regarding the illegal passage of guns, drugs, and human beings across our border.
What the fuck? See, back to the word salad. It's back to the word salad again. She asked about your policy reversals, like you flip-flopped on all of your fucking policies. But you're talking about your records attorney general as attorney general, like that's just so fucking monumentous. You criminalize working class parents, but you didn't criminalize Steve Mnuchin in the gang and shit. Yeah, it just oh my God, this is going the way that everybody on the left said it would go. This is my first time watching it, guys, by the way.
My values have not changed. So that is the reality of it. And 4 years of being vice president, I'll tell you, one of the aspects to your point is traveling the country extensively. I mean, I'm here in Georgia. I think somebody told me 17 times since I've been vice president in Georgia alone. I believe it is important to build consensus. And it is important to find a common place of understanding of where we can actually solve problems.
On that note, you had a lot of Republican speakers at the convention. Will you appoint a Republican to your cabinet?
Yes, I would.
Anyone in mind?
Yes, I would. No one in particular in mind. We got 68 days to go with this election, so I'm not putting the cart before the...
Yeah, of course you'll appoint a Republican to your fucking cabinet. Yeah, y'all like it. It's one party. It's one party. It's just a facade to trick the masses into thinking there's actually 2 parties when it's just one. It's just one party. Yeah. Some of y'all just don't know these Democrats and Republicans. I bet they are friends. They golf together. They eat at country. They go to country clubs together. They go to wine banquets and shit. $10,000 plates and shit. Like y'all just don't know. And y'all fighting over each other on fucking Twitter. I'm talking about the shit libs and the Republicans over your party is better. Like, like George Collins says, one big club and you ain't in it, sucker.
The horse, but I would. I think it's really important. I have spent my career inviting diversity of opinion. I think it's important to have people at the table when some of the most important decisions are being made that have different views, different experiences. And I think it would be to the benefit of the American public to have a member of my cabinet who was a Republican.
I want to ask you about your opponent, Donald Trump.
Okay.
I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes.
That's funny. They had to turn black. Yep, you're right. Yeah. See, she's not Black American. Some of y'all don't know that. So yeah, now she's black. Yeah. See see, opportunity. That's some opportunist energy right there. She's mostly identified herself as Asian, like Indian Asian, which she is. Like her father's Jamaican, but Oh, jeez. Trump.
Questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
Same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
He answered the question because she know his ass ain't wrong. Yeah. Same old time playbook. Yeah. Next question, please. Oh, this dumbass motherfucker, man. Fucking idiot.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Let's talk about some foreign policy issues that would be on your plate if you become commander-in-chief. President Biden has tried unsuccessfully to end the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. He's been doing it for months and months, along with you. Would you do anything differently? For example, would you withhold some U.S. weapons shipments to Israel? That's what a lot of people on the progressive left want you to do.
Oh, yeah, guys. I'm going to say this. I'm not on the fucking left. I'm a communist, motherfucker. I just want to let y'all know. I'm a communist. I ain't on no left. Ain't no left in America. Left is a joke. Either you're a communist or you just a fucking neoliberal fascist motherfucker. That's how I feel. If you don't like it, well, argue in the comment section.
Let me be very clear. I'm unequivocal and unwavering in my commitment to Israel's defense and its ability to defend itself. And that's not going to change. But let's take a step back.
I bet some of you motherfuckers that call Joe Biden Genocide Joe and shit, and he Jim Crow Joe too. I bet some of you motherfuckers got an egg on your face. Y'all think this bitch is not gonna support Israel? If you think that, you just a fucking idiot. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I hate to talk like this. It's just one of those days. But you're a fucking idiot. Some people literally thought she was going. They thought she was gonna stop supporting Israel. Yeah. See, that's why we need to get. That's why everybody need to get out of the duopoly, because, yeah, of course the media spins it as, you know, Kamala wants a ceasefire and stuff like that. They spin it in a way to fool the masses. See.
October 7th, 1,200 people were massacred.
The occupation started before October 7th.
Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters.
Israel ain't got a right to defend shit. Israel is an imaginary state, motherfucker. Right to defend. Again, who? What Israel has to defend? What the fuck? These people. Oh, shit.
Far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. And we have got to get a deal done. We were in Doha. We have to get a deal done. This war must end.
In the meantime,
and we must get a deal that is about getting the hostages out. I've met with the family.
Israel don't give a fuck about those hostages. Israel would rather let those hostages die to complete their ethnic cleansing. Because that's what Israel wants. I mean, bitch ass Benjamin Netanyahu wants. An ethnic cleansing. He don't give a fuck about. What's that? All these motherfuckers bring out. The hostages. You gotta get the hostages out. Please, these people are just dumb as fuck. Don't they see? See, they see what's going on, what Israel's doing. Like, but the problem is that you got AIPAC, the AIPAC money flowing into their bank accounts. This bitch gets $5 million from AIPAC. Of course she gonna say that Israel got a right to defend itself. October 7th was a massacre. 1,200 people compared to 40,000. It's more than that, but that's just what they say. I mean, okay, That's all I got to say about that.
Families of the American hostages, let's get the hostages out, let's get the ceasefire done.
But no change in policy in terms of arms and so forth.
No, we have to get a deal done. Dana, we have to get a deal done. When you look at...
So, guys, no weapons embargo. I told y'all. I told some of these motherfuckers that this bitch ain't gonna do shit. Told y'all. What I told you? Ugh.
The significance of this to the families, to the people who are living in that region. A deal is not only the right thing to do to end this war, but will unlock so much of what must happen next. I remain committed since I've been on October 8th to what we must do to work toward a two-state solution where Israel...
No motherfucking two-state solution. One-state solution. Israel has... fuck Israel. The Palestinians have the right to fucking return reparations toward the Palestinians. Shout out to Jill Stein for bringing it up. Jill Stein is great at what she do, y'all. She brought that up. I haven't thought about that. And one-state solution. Because Israel... It's not Israel. It's Palestine. But, okay.
Israel is secure, and in equal measure, the Palestinians have security and self-determination and dignity.
How can they have self-determination and dignity when you say Israel has the right to defend itself and you won't end the weapons embargo? Like, that just don't make any motherfucking sense. It just don't. Oh my God, man. Oh. Okay, here we go, y'all. Part 3. Last part.
Governor WALZ, the country is just starting to get to know you. I want to ask you a question about how you've described your service in the National Guard. You said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone. A campaign official said that you misspoke. Did you?
Well, first of all, I'm incredibly proud. I've done 24 years of wearing the uniform of this country. Equally proud of my service in a public school classroom, whether it's Congress or the governor. My record speaks for itself, but I think people are coming to get to know me. I speak like they do. I speak candidly. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and I speak especially passionately about our children being shot in schools and around guns. So I think people know me. They know who I am. They know where my heart is. And again, my record has been out there for over 40 years to speak for itself.
And the idea that you said that you were in war,
Yeah.
did you misspeak as the campaign has said?
Yeah, I said we were talking about, in this case, this was after a school shooting, the ideas of carrying these weapons of war. And my wife, the English teacher, told me my grammar's not always correct. But again, if it's not this, it's an attack on my children for showing love for me, or it's an attack on my dog.
And policy issues, but all they could think of is he misspoke. Get the fuck up out of here, man, with this bullshit.
I'm not going to do that. And the one thing I'll never do is I'll never demean another member's service in any way. I never have, and I never will.
I just, one other question, because again, this is all new.
Yeah.
This was not, however many days ago, this was not on either of your bingo cards, especially yours. You had to clarify that you had said that you and your wife used IVF, but it turned out you used a different kind of fertility in order to have children. And then when you ran for Congress in 2006, your campaign repeatedly made false statements about a 1995 arrest for drunk and reckless driving. What do you say to voters who aren't sure whether they can take you at your word?
Well, I've been very public. I think they can see my students come out, former folks I've served with, and they vouch for me. I certainly own my mistakes when I make them. The one thing I'll tell you is I wished in this country wouldn't have to do this. I spoke about our infertility issues because it's hell, and families know this. And I spoke about the treatments that were available to us that had those beautiful children there. That's quite a contrast in folks that are trying to take those rights away from us. And so I think people know who I am. They know that record. They've seen that. I've taught thousands of students. I've been out there. And I won't apologize for speaking passionately, whether it's guns in schools or protecting of reproductive rights. The contrast could not be clearer between what we're running against. The Vice President's position on this has been clear. And I think most Americans get it if you've been through that. I don't think they're cutting hairs on IVF or IUI. I think what they're cutting hairs on is an abortion ban and the ability to be able to deny families the chance to have a beautiful child.
Vice President Harris, you were a very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we...
And everybody and their mama know that that motherfucker wasn't able to serve another 4 years. Like, this man is, that man's suffering from cognitive decline. Of course she gonna say he can serve. Like, I mean, the bitch lying, but what do you expect her to say? Oh, he should step down, you know, for the sake of the country. She's a tool. She's been told what to say. Like,
we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the American people. And I have spent hours upon hours with him, be it in the Oval Office or the Situation Room. He has the intelligence, the commitment, and the judgment and disposition that I think the American people rightly deserve in their president. By contrast, the former president has none of that. And so, one, I am so proud to have served as vice president to Joe Biden. And two, I am so proud to be running with Tim Walz for president.
this bitch sound like Chat GPT, man. Holy shit. Sound like a Chat GPT summary. I served for President Biden for 4 years. Like, motherfucker, we know. What? The question is, do you regret? Do you have any like recognizance on his mental capacity? You can't answer the question. Good God, this shit is almost over. Thank you, God. Almost done.
The United States, and to bring America what I believe the American people deserve, which is a new way forward, and turn the page on the last decade of what I believe has been contrary to where the spirit of our country really lies.
But the last decade, of course, the last 3.5 years has been part of your administration.
I'm talking about an era.
Last decade. Wait. So you've been in the White House for the last decade? You laugh. What happened that decade? Oh my God. God, this interview, man, is just pure comedy. My God, mercy. This bitch is terrible. This is why they didn't want her to do interviews, people. Now you see why they've been holding back for so long. And this bitch got a prefab interview. She probably said more bullshit. They cut all that out, right? The question of prefab, she got Tim Walz holding her hand like she's a little child going to school or some shit. You know, if kids for their school, little kid for their school, the parent hold their hand, you know, just show of care. And got Dana Bash, who's ain't gonna go back and forth with her, you know, with her bullshit. Oh man, this is just it's crazy.
That started about a decade ago, where there is some suggestion, warped, I believe it to be,
A decade ago.
that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of where I believe most Americans are.
Beat down, that's violence.
Which is to believe that the true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what's at stake as much as any other detail that we could discuss in this election.
Because we haven't had a chance to talk, I'm just curious, staying on President Biden, when he called you and said he was pulling out of the race, what was that like? And did he offer to endorse you right away, or did you ask for it?
It was a Sunday, so here, I'll give you a little too much information.
Go for it. There's no such thing, Madam Vice President.
My family was staying with us, and including my baby nieces.
She couldn't help to laugh. Too much information. Oh, Jesus. And motherfuckers capping for this motherfucker. Jesus. America is so fucked. Shout out to Nick Cruz from RBN. He's one of the most intelligent guys I know. America's the most propagandized country in the world. Like, they'll push a damn puppet that's just dumb as fucking. Some of these cuck-ass Americans will believe that shit. Boy, she's not Trump, though.
And we had just had pancakes and, Auntie, can I have more?
Really?
More bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And then we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And
oh my God. What in the fuck are you talking about? Bitch, nobody asked for an itinerary of your day. Fucking itinerary. We had pancakes and bacon and about to do a puzzle and watch what that shit cartoons on now? Well, Pep, Paw Patrol and SpongeBob and oh Lord, oh shit, almost over. It's almost over. Oh my God.
the phone rang and it was Joe Biden, and he told me what he had decided to do, and I asked him, "Are you sure?" And he said yes. And that's how I learned about it.
And what about the endorsement? Did you ask for it?
Hell no, he want to endorse her.
And he was very clear that he was going to support me.
So when he called to tell you, he said, I'm pulling out of the race.
If he did, why you stop right there? The first sentence. You just say, he told me. You say, are you sure? Then you say, then he said he going, damn, you can't even do an interview right.
And I'm going to support you.
Well, my first thought was not about me, to be honest with you. My first thought was about him, to be honest. I think history is going to show a number of things about Joe Biden's presidency. I think history is going to show that in so many ways it was transformative, be it on what we have accomplished around finally investing in America's infrastructure, investing in new economies, in new industries, what we have done to bring our allies back together and have confidence in who we are as America and grow that alliance, what we have done to stand true to our principles, including the one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I think history is going to show not only has Joe Biden led an administration that has achieved those extraordinary successes, but the character of the man is one that he has been in his life. And
his character. Yeah, Joe Biden's character. All I see is a racist motherfucker that hang with segregationists and told black folks, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's his character, but your character is just to lick his boots.
Career, including as a president, quite selfless and puts the American people first.
I just have to ask you both about two.
No, Joe Biden, Trump, you, Obama, Clinton, Bush, all you motherfuckers put the donors first. Now, y'all don't put the American people. Y'all put American people last. The donors come first.
Standout moments, aside, of course, from the addresses that you both gave, but standout moments that were perhaps unexpected during the convention. You mentioned one of them, Governor. A moment that you shared, that the world shared with your son, Gus. You were speaking, the camera caught him, so incredibly proud of you, so emotional, saying, that's my dad.
Yeah, I don't know as a father I could have ever imagined that. I'm grateful for so many reasons to be on this ticket, but that moment, to understand what was really important, to have my son feel a sense of pride in me, that I was trying to do the right thing. And it was, you try and protect your kids, it brings notoriety and things, but it was just such a visceral, emotional moment that I'm grateful I got to experience it, and I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Hope. I'm proud of Gwen. She's a wonderful mother, and these are great kids. And I think the one thing is, talking about the era we're in, is our politics can be better. It can be different. We can show some of these things, and we can have families involved in this. And I hope that I hope people felt that out there, and I hope they hug their kids a little tighter, because you just never know, and life can be kind of hard.
And last question, Madam Vice President, the photograph that has gone viral. You were speaking, one of your grandnieces that you were just talking about was watching you accept the nomination. You didn't explicitly talk about gender or race in your speech, but it obviously means a lot to a lot of people, and that viral picture really says it. What does it mean to you?
Celebrities in politics, man. Wow, this iconic photo. Yeah. What I always say, I think this is becoming a pattern on me. Yeah, a homeless person, homeless, but they see on a TV somewhere, a picture of an iconic photo, just a photo op of identity politics 101. Yeah, it's just very nice.
I am running because I believe that I am the best person to do this job at this moment, for all Americans, regardless of race and gender. But I did see that photograph, and I was deeply touched by it. And you're right, it's the back of her head, her two little braids, and then I'm in the front of the photograph, obviously speaking. And it's very humbling. It's very humbling in many ways.
Did she talk to you about it afterwards?
Oh, she had a lot to talk about. She had a lot. She listened to everything, and she listens to everything.
Give you your hot takes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might not have kids, but if I have a daughter and they say I want to be like Kamala Harris, I'll tell them, I'll make sure that I'll educate them, tell them who she really is, because if you got a daughter out there that looks up to Kamala Harris, my thing is, tell them, Google up Angela Davis first. I'd rather look up to Angela Davis than a motherfucker that yeah, than this bitch right here. Man, it's almost over.
Yeah, definitely.
Madam Vice President, Governor WALZ, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
for having
Thank you,
us.
Dana. Thank you.
So, guys, wow, that was rough. That interview went as terribly as you think possible. Shout out to Sabby Sab. She basically gave a summary on it on one of her clips on her YouTube channel. She said it best. Yeah, it was terrible. She don't answer questions. She goes on these word salad tangents. That's Kamala Harris for you. I mean, what can you expect? Oh yeah, and she always flip-flops on her policy proposals, like, oh, funny. My question is about all this: what was the point of having Tim Walz there? Tim Walz didn't answer any quote unquote important questions. So I mean, like, what was the fucking point? To me, like, it shouldn't have been a one-on-one interview. Like Trump has one-on-one interviews with media personalities, like, but Kamala can't, because Kamala is just incompetent, motherfucker. They call Trump incompetent and stupid and stuff, but Kamala is too. I mean, it's just the way it is, She can't do an interview by herself. It can't be live. The questions have to be prefab. So, I mean, my thing is to American people, don't vote for this bitch. Vote third party or independent. That's how I always say. You know, people get mad when I say that, which is just fucking crazy. Man, that's what I would do. Because your life won't change under Kamala Harris or Trump. And in terms of Israel and Gaza, she basically said it. She said she has Israel's back. So to all the people that said that she's different than Biden, I hate to tell you this, but she basically continuing what Biden's doing. Like, it's just ridiculous. So okay, y'all, that's a whole episode. I had to do this. I'm always late to the party on this shit, but I get better. My headspace has not been good at all. I'm just thinking about so much shit, man. Everything feel like it's in limbo, but I'll be all right. I got this network right, so yeah, guys. So again, shameless plugs on the bottom of the ticker. Follow the ATP Network on Twitter at ATP Network 247, and my podcast, Real Recognize Real Podcast, available on all platforms. So, okay, guys, that's the end of Andre the Man Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton.